Our game has a problem. It has no name. For the past 6 months of development, we've simply been using the codename Project Fiefdom.
Most people would think picking the name is the easiest part. And in some ways it is. But it is also one of the most influential decisions in your game's development. The name is the first promise to the player before they feel the gameplay or live the story. The name is your thesis, and that thesis has to survive more than just your own taste. It has to survive marketing, it has to survive memory, and it has to survive history. Look at something like The Last of Us. That title doesn't explain the game mechanics. It communicates the tone of finality and scarcity. It tells you how the world feels before you even press play.
Or Red Dead Redemption. It suggests consequence, morality, redemption. A journey towards something more personal. The name carries a theme before gameplay appears.
Strong names imply more than they explain, but implication has to balance with clarity. If a name is too vague, it disappears. If it's too literal, it becomes forgettable.
Even Assassin's Creed works because it fuses identity and ideology. It tells you who you are and what belief system you operate inside.
A title like Medieval Kingdoms 1449 might be accurate. It tells you the time period, but it doesn't tell you what the game feels like. It doesn't tell you what tension you're stepping into. On the other hand, something overly dramatic can mislead players about tone. If your game is restrained and political, but your name sounds explosive and bombastic, you've already created a disconnect between your name and reality.
Expectation shapes the perception, and then perception shapes reception.
Then there's memorability. Elden Ring is 2 words. Simple, mythic, fantastical, and most importantly, easy to say, easy to remember. It feels ancient without being complicated. Kingdom Come, Deliverance signals historic grounding and transformation. It feels weighty. It suggests something personal and consequential. The strongest names often use similar words in unfamiliar combinations. Recognizable language, but with distinct pairing.
There's also market reality. A name has to be searchable, stand alone, look good in a logo, and sit comfortably on a store page. If someone says it out loud and hesitates halfway through, that doesn't reflect well on the game.
Then there's longevity. Games take years to build. A trendy name might feel powerful and viral now, but dated later. You want something that doesn't belong to a specific year or time period. Something that can follow your game all the way through to release.
And finally, creative honesty and accuracy. You can name a game something aggressive because aggression sells well. You can name it something grand because it sounds epic. But if the title doesn't reflect the soul of the project, you feel that every time you say it.
We went through dozens of names. Some were historically precise but emotionally empty. Some were dramatic but inaccurate. Some sounded good but didn't mean enough. And then some meant a lot but sounded awkward. And eventually, we realized something.
The name shouldn't just describe the setting. It should describe the tension. It shouldn't just tell you where you are, but instead the state of the world.
It's about instability, and it's about pressure. It's about something that, once held together, beginning to split apart once again.
And when we found the name that captured that idea,
it didn't just sound good, it felt aligned. Aligned with the tone, aligned with the history, and most importantly, aligned with the story we wanted to tell.
We didn't want to just announce something like this. We wanted you to uncover it.
Through landscapes and hidden letters.
Aitas pakis fractae inceptaes.
Through maps and spectrograms.
Some of you found it, which makes this moment even prouder. Now we stop hinting. Now we stop hiding. Now we say it clearly. And now is the moment we've all been waiting for.
You asked if this spark would be enough to light the flame. I assure you it will. What follows will move quickly. The Pax Fracta has begun!
And now that it's official, the name of our game is Pax Fracta Normandy.
First, what is Pax Fracta? Pax means peace and Fracta means broken. Broken peace. Not war, not conquest, and definitely not glory. This distinction matters. Our game is not about a constant battle, it's about tension, about fragile agreements, about a world where peace exists in words but not in actions. The name was built so it reflects that instability directly. It doesn't glorify violence, it communicates fracture. 3 words: clear, balanced, and memorable.
And then Normandy grounds it. This isn't abstract philosophy or fantasy. It's a real place. A real moment in history. A real region caught between powers and loyalties in a never-ending battle of trust. The title combines emotional thesis with historical specificity. It carries tone without shouting too loud. And most importantly, it feels honest to the game we're building. When we say Pax Fracta Normandy, it doesn't feel like a marketing phrase. It feels like a statement. It carries tone without shouting too loud. And most importantly, it feels honest to the game we're building. When we say Pax Fracta Normandy, it doesn't feel like a marketing phrase. It feels like a statement.
The peace is broken, and from here forward, everything we build will grow out of that fracture.